I'm gonna keep my eyes open for this. Watch. God damn it!
Are you fucking serious? Come on now. We're trying to make love here.
Anyway, we're going to talk about the movie that everybody and their mother and maybe their grandmother, and I actually saw a baby in the theater, wanted to go see apparently this weekend. This weekend including Wednesday, because this was released on a Wednesday, which seems odd because that is. But we're going to talk about Godzilla versus King Kong. But first, we're going to actually do a couple of introductions and plugs because I need to shout out the people that helped me, unlike Disney. Ooh, I said it. So first off, this is Watch or Skip Movie Reviews. This is on my shirt. This is on my page. This is on my social media. This is probably going to be tattooed to my ass one day. You heard it here first. But this is Watch or Skip Movie Reviews. I said it. I live it. I do this. Basically, I talk about the movies I like, what I don't like, what I've seen. I will never talk about what I haven't seen, but I will talk about some stuff you might not have seen. So hopefully you guys enjoy. A couple of shout outs real quick. You know we got my brother, a red dot on the shot, baby. On the motherfucking shot. We might bleep that out, but I said it. On the motherfucking shot. And he's here today to help me with this. And he's also about to be a man that's going to do movies one day, bro. We going to be reviewing his shit one day. Now we also have a couple of plugs, including one for Capital Workspaces, where we are at currently because I'm still in the process of setting up a home studio for us to be able to shoot at home because it's more convenient. This is in Bethesda. I live in Bowie. And also just because, to be honest with you, I want to be able to have you guys see some of the cool stuff that I have. I got some Jurassic Park memorabilia. I have some really cool Funko Pops. I got a lot of cool stuff that involves movies, some real posters that you'll never see anywhere else, can't get nowhere. So I want to be able to have that in the background, tell you guys about it, and then I have my movie collection there as well. We'll go and do a whole video on that too soon. But anyway, because we're at Capital Workspaces, to my right, which is also to your left, is the Running with Scissors podcast room where we do our show. Me and Evan have already finished wrapping up season 1 and 2 of Running with Scissors, which is available on Spotify, Apple Music, every podcast streaming service available. So go check that out. It's dark humor. It's a lot of jokes. We talk about everything from girls that shake ass to people that eat it and to much more. We also talk about sports for those of you that don't want to hear about someone's butthole. And anyway, we're going to go right into this movie. And also want to shout out you guys as well, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. We got 10 subscribers. That doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of people, but I was at 0 just 2 weeks ago. So 10 subscribers, appreciate you guys. Hopefully we can get that to 20 by next month. Let's just keep going with it. If you guys like it, keep liking those videos, keep subscribing. By the end of this video, I will also have a subscribe button and a next video just to let you know what else I have that I've already released. So check it out. We're going to go right into it. It's Godzilla versus King Kong. I'm going to do a spoiler-free segment, so we're not going to have the notes with this real quick. I will actually have a little thing that tells you that this is a spoiler warning underneath when we're ready to talk about spoilers. But for right now, spoiler-free. My initial thoughts, I went to a theater for the first time since September, which is when we saw Tenet, actually in another Columbia movie theater. But this one we went to the Columbia AMC. Shout out to you guys for being open. Regal has not yet opened as of today when I'm shooting this. So unfortunately, we weren't able to go to a Regal one, even though I am a Regal Unlimited member. Heyo. But we went to a movie theater. There was a baby that was crying. They kicked their ass out. Thank God. If you need to stop bringing your babies, if you don't got a babysitter, Tom Segura said it best. Get the hell out of the theater. You don't belong. Goodbye. Go home and watch Play-Doh Bunny or whatever the hell is on Disney Plus at this point. So we had the movie theater experience. You had to wear your masks, and some people were not wearing their masks, but we were wearing our masks. And it was fine. You know, it was a good experience. Everybody was socially distanced, and it was good to smell that shitty-ass popcorn, the really stale, overpriced candy, and somebody's BO. It was just a great time. I had so much fun. I miss that shit. That shit was like smelling the greatest perfume you've ever smelled in your life. So we went to the movie theater. We saw Godzilla versus King Kong. My initial thoughts are it's exactly what I wanted it to be. And I'm going to stress that even when we talk about spoilers, because this is a good movie for what it is. This is not an Oscar movie. King Kong's not about to win the Oscar for Best Actor of the Year, Male Artist. Like, it's not happening. Like, there was a lot of CGI. There was a lot of dumb, awesome fights. explosions. It's Michael Bay-esque. Explosions, fights, and just some humor that didn't quite touch, and then some scenes that just ran on for way too long. But it was a good movie for what it was. They did a great job. I had a lot of fun. It's the dumb action thriller that you're looking for the summer, or to start off your summer. I know it's still spring, but this is like a summer blockbuster. I think it was originally supposed to be released during the summer last year, and it kind of shows. Like, this is like Rampage with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson type, like a dumb, fun summer movie that you don't have to think too hard about. So overall, I'm going to give you the early review for those of you that are, spoiler free. I give it an 8 out of 10. For what it was, I had a great time. Now, we're about to go into spoiler warning. That's why I'm going to have spoiler warning written on the bottom right here. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't watch this. Like, if you like spoilers and stuff and you don't plan on watching it, stay tuned. But if you want to see this anytime soon, don't watch it because I'm going to go in depth with it. So, need you guys to get out. Deuces. So anyway, for those of you that stayed, we're about to talk about spoilers. So first, we're going to go into the acting. First and foremost, Stranger Things needs to hurry up, man. Millie Bobby Brown looks almost 18 now. She's not the little girl with the superpowers no more. She does a fantastic job. I cannot give her enough credit in this movie. She's funny, she hits the right notes, and she's actually pretty good as like a thriller actress, as she's shown with Stranger Things. She does a great job, but she's getting older. It shows. And that show needs to hurry up because these kids aren't really kids no more, and it's starting to show. That one kid, Caleb, that plays in there as well, who plays Lucas as the actor, or as the character in Stranger Things, he also looks a lot older as well. So they need to hurry that thing up, otherwise season 4 is about to be like 10 years in the future. Alexander Skarsgård, another Skarsgård family member. If you don't know about the Skarsgårds, the dad is the one that plays the scientist in Thor. One of the brothers is the one that plays Pennywise in It Chapter 2. And the Skarsgård family has been in almost every major movie lately, it feels like. Like, great family of actors. Alexander Skarsgård plays Dr. Nathan Lind, and he is pretty much the main protagonist of this movie along with the little girl and her mom. And he does a great job. He's a little funny, he's a little dopey sometimes, but he's a character you can root for in this otherwise movie about a giant gorilla and a giant lizard. Cannot stress that enough. That's the main focus. So we're not going to go into acting too much because this is short. Like, we got to talk about the monsters. Brian Tyree Henry, sorry if I messed that up, plays Bernie. He, if you don't know who he is, he's an actor from the TV series Atlanta with Childish Gambino. He is also in a movie that I recently saw, I think 2 years ago, called Don't Let Go, which is a really good thriller Blumhouse movie. And I like Blumhouse. They've done really good with some of these small budget movies. But this guy is like a next level in this movie. He's freaking hilarious. Like, this is the humor I have been waiting for. This is almost like, I thought this was like a dude that's been in only comedies before. He does a fantastic job. And he really does like that fast talking, quirky humor. And it was a nice pace for when everything else is just getting blown up in the sidelines. This man's cracking jokes, and he does a really good job. We also have, I'm going to really screw this up, guys. I'm sorry. I think it's Damien Bichir, Bichir. Anyway, that's Walter Simmons, who is the main big bad human of this movie. And he does a really good job in it as well. He's actually the second Conjuring actor to be in this series, besides Vera Farmiga, who was, obviously one of the main actors in the Conjuring series. She was the mom of Millie Bobby Brown's character in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and she does a great job in that as well. But anyway, Walter Simmons' character is the big bad human, which they always have the generic, master plan. Well, this guy is the one that has the master plan in this movie, and he does good for what that role is. Again, it's not important to the movie because it's about the big gorilla fighting the big lizard. And then we also have Kaylee Hoddle. This is a very small-time actress. This is her first movie debut, but I gotta give this girl all the credit. She is very young. I think she's like 11 years old or something. She does a fantastic job. She's actually from an all-deaf family, and she is deaf herself. And the little girl character in this movie is deaf. They actually portray that very well. Not as a debilitating thing, but as something that allows her to hear and feel things that everyone else is not really privy to. Like, she can put her hand against the wall, and all of a sudden she can hear Godzilla coming towards the boat and stuff. And it's really cool. Shout out to her. Her film debut, she does a fantastic job. She does the tears when she needs to cry. She does the funny scenes when she needs to be funny. She's really good, and I really wanted to give her a shout out because, I mean, damn, for your first movie, this is a good one to have. Now we're going to get right into the nitty gritty because we got to go keep this rolling. The actors aren't the main thing about this. This is all about the monster. The monsters. First film in 59 years to film both, which is the first film or feature both. Godzilla and King Kong have not been in a movie together for 59 years.
Godzilla and King Kong have not been in a movie together for 59 years.
Or since 1963 if you include the American remake of Godzilla vs. Kong. But 51 years since Kong Skull Island in the series, because that was in the 70s. That was the Vietnam era movie. And then 5 years after Godzilla King of the Monsters. So this movie has taken place a couple years after the events of the last few. Godzilla has been around since 2014. Kong has been around for quite some time, but they've been hiding him from everybody. So this is the first time both of these have been known to the public, and it's pretty scary. Godzilla is 393 feet tall in this movie. But then another source that I got, because again, I can't go off of IMDb because a lot of it's still being updated as we speak. But another source said that he was upwards of 400 feet. So that might not be completely accurate. He was big. And King Kong is 336 feet. Still a huge jump from his about 100 feet tall in Kong Skull Island. So he was like a teenage gorilla in that movie. Now he's full grown and he's ready to fight. This is the shortest film in the MonsterVerse. This is only 1 minute and 53 minutes long. And it doesn't really feel like that, though. The action's so good that this still feels like a decently paced movie. And this is the 36th Godzilla film, 12th King Kong film, and 4th movie in the MonsterVerse. So we've been here for quite some time. This is not a new series. This is not a new film. We've seen this fight before, but we've never seen it like this. This is also the first time ever we get to see King Kong fight, dun dun dun, the Mecha Godzilla. The big hidden reveal, even though in the trailer they show a picture of a giant Godzilla that is metal. I wonder what that's gonna be. So anyway, also a little fun fact for you guys, there's a skull crawler in that for you guys that really liked Kong Skull Island. That skull crawler that's in this movie is about twice, if not more, bigger than the big one, which was the main skull crawler in the Kong vs. Skull Island movie, the Kong Skull Island movie. So, they have bigger monsters than before, and they still were getting absolutely fucking wrecked by this Mecha Godzilla, which is actually, the big reveal was, this is 2 King Ghidorah heads. One is the receiver, one is the transmitter. And it works out really cool because that King, I'll get into it in a second, but you can tell that's King Ghidorah back there. So what I liked or what I didn't like, we're going to go into for a second, but just a quick spoiler talk about some stuff I liked and what I didn't like. So in the first fight, I'm going to give you the official results. First fight, Godzilla kicked King Kong's ass. This is underwater, of course. We're in Godzilla's territory. Kicked his ass and took out half the fleet. In the second fight, King Kong wins somehow. And he had to have an axe, by the way. That's kind of cheating. He brought a weapon. He brought like a gun to an actual knife fight. And he brought the axe and he won that second battle. But then Godzilla got up and stopped this man's heart. Damn, that's an L. I don't care. That's automatically the third L or the second L for King Kong. So right now it's 1-2 because King Kong low-key died. And they had to do CPR on this man with like the little engine thing and shocking him to life. So he really can't hold his own against Godzilla. Godzilla is obviously the stronger monster. But then Mecha Godzilla, which is really King Ghidorah, and remind you that King Ghidorah had its heads basically chopped off by Godzilla and murdered. So King Ghidorah said, I got something for you. And he curb stomped the hell out of Godzilla. That man was slamming him into buildings. That man gave him the people's elbow. That man was stomping him to the ground with some hatred. It was like watching the, what is it called? With Meta World Peace, the Malice in the Palace, when that fan just got cold clocked and didn't come back up. So, yeah, Mecha Godzilla, aka Meta World Peace, was ready, had the action. And so what I liked or what I didn't like, besides the fact the fights were awesome. Oh, and you know what? We'll give them both 2 wins because technically King Kong then beat Mecha Godzilla with the axe and with some help from Godzilla, which was cool. They both were like, you know what? We're cool. My enemy is your enemy. Let's chill. And which was great for the China. Just one thing, whoever is a Chinese viewer, I apologize because Hong Kong in this movie is gone. You guys no longer have a city there. It's nothing. They took out that whole city really quickly. I thought Man of Steel had a lot of casualties, but I saw at least 200,000 people die that day. Good God. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad it wasn't Japan. Japan's been through enough with these Godzilla movies, but yeah, China took some action that day, and they lost bad. So anyway, what I liked or what I didn't like about this movie, I liked the fights, obviously, because I kept talking about them. I liked the way that they did the monsters. I liked the CGI. I liked how they looked. I liked how they interacted with each other. It was realistic. It looked fantastic. That looked like a giant gorilla, and that looked like a giant lizard. It didn't look like a Muppet on a fucking stick like it used to in the 50s. And I liked the fact that Mecha Godzilla looked the way he does. He was realistic enough for me to believe it, and he was also pretty badass. He had bazookas, he had missiles, he was cool. And I liked the acting in it. The actors, as I briefly said, were good for what they were there for. Now, what I didn't like were a couple of things. First, some dull moments. It drags sometimes. There's a lot of I love you too moments. We don't need that. I want to see the two things fight. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to have a rowdy time, throw some popcorn at the ceiling, and scream. There were also some Journey to the Center of the Earth, if you guys have seen that, vibes with that hidden Earth thing. I kind of didn't like it. I get that's the only way for them to explain why all these monsters are coming to Earth, and it just was like, how the hell would that even be possible for there to be double gravity under an Earth that already has gravity? And it just made me like out of the movie for a second. It was too much for me to bear. It was like, this is really hard to believe even in this monster universe. And also the tech. So, in the tech for the 70s movie, it was 70s tech. Realistic. They had helicopters from back in the day and guns that were normal for that time. For the 2014 and 2018 or 17 movies, it was realistic. It was tech from today, and it matched what we would probably have, even though they had one voice recognition software that was a little sci-fi. Here they have like literally boosted hoverboard tech. They have holograms that there's no way in hell we have today. And it's like, damn, in 5 years from the last movie, we've jumped like 100 years in technological advances. So I didn't like that. It took me, again, out of the movie. But my final verdict, again, watch. It's a fun time. It's a goddamn fun time. I had an awesome time in this movie. There were people screaming and clapping. You know it's a good movie when after the movie was over, we were outside talking about the movie. Like, we ain't go home right away. That's how you know it's a great time. It's what I came here for, which is great. And I loved it. And it is an 8 out of 10. I said it with my chest. It is an 8 out of 10. It is fantastic for what it was. It's not going to win any Oscars anytime soon. It might win some visual awards in the Oscars next year because it looked great. But I liked it. So like I've said before in the beginning, you can like this movie. You can comment some movies you'd like me to say or like me to talk about, rather, below. You know, there's a comment section. Let me know what you want me to review. I love horror movies. I'm willing to talk to them or talk about them. I love some of those like low budget CGI loose movies, more practical effect movies. I'm willing to watch those. And some stupid movies you want me to review. I'll go trash a movie any day. So comment below, let me know. And yeah, we'll be continuing to review the MCU movies and any new movies that come out because I love talking about these things. And any movies that I cannot get to, I promise you, if you follow my Facebook page, which is Watch or Skip Movie Reviews, check that out on Facebook. I will be putting in little live videos, which you can subscribe to and, you know, comment while I'm doing the live, but the live videos will basically be actual reviews of movies in the less detail that I can pump out. So those like less seen horror movies and stuff, I talked about a couple the other day. I actually talked about The Empty Man, which is one that's getting a lot of love now. So you can check that out as well. I will be talking about the Chernobyl movie, or rather TV series, in the next one. And then, again, 8 out of 10, watch. I liked it. Subscribe. Let me know what you like. Tell your friend. Tell a friend. And you heard it here. Tune in.